Guess who pregnant? All right. And I've known this for quite some time and shit. I had did a bunch of I had did some content, some considerable content on this woman and shit. Just basically trolling her. This trolling her. She's a talentless, you know, crisis actor and shit who plays a rapper on TV and social media and shit. Okay, and she says the most egregious, cartoony bullshit. Anyone that takes her serious should just turn over their driver's license or state IDs and become an organ donor and shit. Those organs would be better served, for people with a purpose in our society and shit. And I realize how uptight I sound and shit, but yeah, she's knocked up and shit. Okay, she's knocked up. This is sexy red. I don't know who she's sexy to. Above, Hades down there. Because basically she sold her soul for a handful of dollars and shit and whatever else, some bling bling and another weave, a baby hair weave which is played out. They need to just nuke that shit. I want them to send at least 90% of the baby hair weaves in this country to Ukraine and over there in the Middle East during that conflict. Maybe it'll stop some shit. And I know that's off the cuff. And I just really want to I have utter disdain and shit. I'm so tired of this crisis actor ass bitch and shit. Her fraternity of fuck nuts and shit, including that Sukiana motherfucker who needs to get a bag on her head. Whenever she has a concert, I think they should take a number of the people attending and they should all have the option of putting bags on their heads, so they don't have to look at her fucking ass. Okay, I'm tired of these crisis actors. They're here to lead you astray. No, you who are dumb. Okay, you who are the dregs of humanity, shit, would take anything they say or do seriously and shit. Especially a woman that sings about the color of her booty hole and shit. Okay, all right. And that first part of that lyric, I always thought it when she was saying her pussy stank and shit. I literally hear that whenever I hear that beat or whatever and shit. I just, I be on social media making my content and everything. That's how I came into contact with this virulent, thing. So I came in. She's having a baby. And I saw her fucking sex tape and I did a review of that shit. Okay, it was unimpressive and shit. It was actually quite horrific. Other than the fact that it was professionally shot when she gave the person head. Okay, and I was like, hey, bitch, just shoot the whole thing like that. I was like looking at it technically and shit. I was like, no one's gonna think this is like fake or something or like this some shit that's on their phone. This motherfucker was doing it. I'm just tired of these fruity ass niggas and shit. What is this Generation Z, right? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Just some of y'all niggas need to start picking cotton and shit, okay? Just start doing whatever, okay? Just go ring somebody's doorbell in a affluent neighborhood and check in and shit, okay? And, be that service class and shit. This is the generations that's selling transactional behavior and for organic things and shit, okay? Basically, everyone thinks like a prostitute and they're just hella fruity and shit. It's just way too much social engineering and the government is just on a downward spiral and shit. It's the decline of Western civilization and we're the canary in the coal mine over here in the slave quarters in this motherfucking country, America. 3Ks and said shit, okay? Yeah. So Sexy Red's gonna have a fucking baby, right? And I don't give a fuck, okay? I don't give a fuck. She's gonna have lots of babies, and I hope she has a C-section and shit because she's already admitted that she's had like venereal diseases, okay? That's what we used to call it. You call it STIs now because it sounds pretty and shit. But when, my old ass was coming up, they called it venereal diseases and shit. Venereal, like vagina. Venereal diseases. And they had like a, movie of the week about motherfuckers catching herpes in a small town and how it like ran through the town and fucked up all these people's lives and shit. And that was an STI and shit, okay? She's admitted to having chlamydia and a bunch of other shit, and blame shifting and rug sweeping it to her boyfriend who she infected, okay? And she admitted that her box smelled and shit. It was like a toxic waste dump down there. And someone's put a baby there. And that's the real question. Who's the fucking baby's father? I'm not asking a question because I think he should come take care of his kid or anything. You run, motherfucker, okay? She got a handful of cash there. She got enough cash in her hands while she rapping to pay for that baby. Yeah, I want to see that stack she be carrying, reduce, telling you. Man, these bitches, man, who getting these bitches pregnant? That's the real story and shit. I want to find all of these niggas and put them in a room, okay? And talk to them. Just go down the line. Say, if you don't answer my questions, there's gonna be physical consequences and shit, man. Like, was there no other bitches, okay? Could you have not fucked like a regular run-of-the-mill crackhead? It would be the same as having sex with this woman, okay? Could you have not found a regular bitch, you know, instead of somebody who has gone on record is talking about, how she's had a smelly, stinking box and affected her partner and shit. And you thought it would be a good idea to put your raw in her. The only thing that's going to get the motherfucker out of the beatdown that will follow is shit. The wrestling level, the 1990s wrestling level beatdown, including going through some tables, possibly on fire, is if he tell me the condom bust. Her pussy was so toxic that it ate through the latex of like the 2 or 3 condoms and shit. I was like, okay, motherfucker, it's okay. Have you become a trans woman now that her essence has whittled you down to nothing? Okay, are you mentally impaired and shit? Are you impaired? I don't know what the politically correct term is, so get the fuck off me, YouTube. But I want to know, like, what the circumstances was of this motherfucker, run up in her raw. Why would anybody in their right man run up in this goddamn stick figure looking ass bitch raw? Okay? With the baby hair weave, the played out baby hair weave, the tattoos and her ugly ass face, Some people are saying she looked like Raj from the old What's Happening TV show. But that's beyond you guys. That's a pop culture reference that is only relevant to someone in or around my age group and shit. It's pretty fucking old and shit. So you people, she just looks like a fucking nerd. She looks, I would hazard to say she has a face that reminds of Earthworm Jim, if that's a thing. Okay? Right? She's a giant adolescent. She's not even for real. She's a crisis actor. They pay her to do this shit, to act like an asshole, okay? And when another misandrist who I can't stand and hate with all my heart, and would do some criminal shit, criminal mischief and toxicity too. Even when she called the sexy red crisis actor to the carpet, the only thing she could say was, "You broke. I got money. I'm coming up." There's always these broke N-words. They got something to say about it. It's like, you ain't rich, motherfucker. You ain't rich. You could be poor tomorrow and shit. And all you gonna do is go back on the corner. I guess there's a Figueroa in every there's a Figueroa in every city and shit, just like there's a Martin Luther King Boulevard and shit. Okay? But really sad, man. Really sad, man. She is a crisis actor. She needs to be called to the carpet. And she is so fucked up. She has done so much damage to you young people and shit that she needs to be put in a stock and bombarded with food and shit, okay? That's how I feel. Okay? That's how I fucking feel, man. About sexy fucking red and her ridiculous bullshit. But I don't feel like she's the worst of shit. I put her in a group. She's a group. I can't take her by herself and shit as a negative influence and shit. I have to take her, Sukiana, the Glorilla, and her, whoever her entourage of people, and a bunch of others. Krishan Rock, definitely. With or without, Crisis Baby and shit that she using to hold that nigga Blueface in a hostage co-parenting situation. Yeah, I put them motherfuckers all together as one big crisis actor group and shit. They're like the Avengers of bullshit, black female bullshit. All right, because these are the women that you motherfuckers look the other way. Okay, now I'm gonna start cursing. Okay, these are the fucking women that you guys always look the other fucking way, man. It makes me sick. It makes me sick how black women act like them fictional, them old 1980s detective movies when motherfuckers in Chinatown, they trying to get some information and the Chinese people just like act like they don't know what they fucking talking about. They have Chinatown. That's your sisters, man. Y'all don't fuck with each other, even when y'all doing shit. Y'all could be locked in a room and there could be a bitch in there with some gas and a fucking lighter throwing gas all over everything and setting on fire. You act like you don't see it and shit. Okay? Anything to fuck us over. No man can never be right, especially a black man who has no rights and has not led the community for over 50, since its inception is what we call it today. Okay? And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of the gaslighting. I'm tired of you motherfuckers rewriting history and running your fucking mouth and talking shit. I'm gonna keep making these goddamn videos. Okay, I'm gonna keep making these fucking videos. I'm just done. She's having a baby, you fellas.
This message has been paid for by the Dusties. Yes, the niggas you love to hate.